Namo Adita Phat, good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The fifth mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful consumption, I vow to cultivate good health, both physical and mental, for myself, my family, and my society, by practicing mindful eating, drinking, and consuming. I will ingest only items that preserve peace, well-being, and joy in my body and my consciousness, and in the collective body and consciousness of my family and society. I'm determined not to use alcohol or any other items that contain toxins, such as certain TV programs, magazines, books, films, and conversations. I am aware that to damage my body or my consciousness with these poisons is to betray my ancestors, my parents, my society, and future generations. I will work to transform violence, fear, anger, and confusion in myself and in society by practicing a diet for myself and for society. I understand that a proper diet is crucial for self-transformation and the transformation of society. For our Dharma lessons, we're reading Ajahn Amaro's book, Catastrophe, Apostrophe, on Dependent Origination. We're starting a section today on from Chapter 2, The Wheel of Birth and Death, on Cycles of Addiction, the Catastrophe. We keep making the same mistakes, finding ourselves following the same destructive habits. As David Bowie put it, we are always crashing in the same car. The teaching on dependent origination offers us a way out. For myself, this is a very impactful teaching. It's one of the main reasons I've been living in monasteries as a Buddhist monk for 40 years. What is important and transformative is not just the specific words of the teachings on dependent origination, but the principle they embody, how to free the heart from destructive cycles. As a Buddhist scholar and poet Martin Verhoeven, Bhikshu Hung Chao, put it, life is truly a dream. All of its troubles I alone create. When I stop creating, the trouble stops. When we use language like liberation from the wheel of birth and death, the teaching can seem very dramatic and remote. Many readers have probably seen paintings from the various Buddhist traditions, Tibetan, Thai, Sri Lankan, Burmese, Chinese, Japanese, that depict a circular wheel in the grip of a demonic-looking mythical creature. The outer rim of the circle is divided into 12 sections, representing the links of dependent origination. Many pages could be filled by describing each of these traditional images in turn, but it will be more practical and useful to look at these 12 in terms of their psychological qualities and how to work with them to conduce to liberation. Inside that rim of the 12 images are 5 or sometimes 6 sections describing the different realms of existence. Inside this is another ring, colored half light and half dark, representing the effects of wholesome and unwholesome actions. Lastly, at the very center are 3 animals, a cockerel, representing greed, a snake, representing hatred, and a pig, representing delusion. each of these with its jaws clamped onto the tail of the one in front of it. These are the three akusala mula, the unwholesome roots, that form the very hub of the wheel of becoming, the cycle of addiction. As long as greed, hatred, and delusion are in place, then the wheel will keep spinning. These images can be very colorful, very interesting, very frightening, very mysterious, and perhaps annoying. What on earth is that all about? So many figures, so many things going on. What does it all mean? But the symbolic value of this representation of the wheel of birth and death is very great. It is highly beneficial in helping us to understand our own life. According to some scriptures, the Buddha declared that this picture should be installed over the gate of every monastery in order to represent the central teaching. It is a symbol that everybody who walks into a Buddhist monastery could relate to and be informed by. The circular shape represents the wheel-like nature of the process, but equally significant, it represents a mirror. When you look at that picture, you are looking at what you are, at what factors comprise your life. The being holding the mirror is Mahakala, whose name means great time. Thus, it is time holding the mirror that reflects what we are. The main part of the image is divided into 5 or 6 sections, representing what are called bhumi, the realms of existence: heaven, hell, the realm of the hungry ghosts, the human realm, the realm of animals, and if a 6th one is included, this will be the asura realm, that of the jealous gods or titans. Sometimes the asuras are included within the deva realm and are not given their own segment on the diagram. If you have no faith or interest in the idea of such realms as distinct dimensions of existence, parallel worlds, these can also be seen as descriptions of psychological states. You don't have to believe in hell to understand what it's like to be angry. You don't have to believe in heaven to be enraptured by the sound of your favorite music. In this respect, heaven and hell are not things that are far away. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me today.